Hi guys, and welcome to your daily tarot reading for Tuesday, the 8th of June 2021. Thanks for joining me. First of all, I want to say a huge thank you to Ambika who sent me this deck, the Medieval Scapini Tarot. Ambika, thank you so much. I really appreciate this gift that you sent me. And these cards are absolutely gorgeous. So you've sent them to a good home because I really love them and I appreciate them so much. Look at these two. I think they're hilarious. It's really interesting. The pictures are super evocative and very different. So I absolutely love this. Thank you. I really appreciate it. So let's see what these cards have to say about Tuesday the 8th and what energy you'll be working with. So I'm going to choose my 3 cards here. Let's have a look at what they want to say. First, we've got the Chariot. Okay. The Moon. And the Devil in reverse. Oh, I love that. I love it. Because the Chariot is triumph and victory and success. So I decide to do something and I want a good outcome. So I'm going to get on my Chariot. I'm going to ride off into the sunset and I'm going to try and make it happen for myself. Then I run into the Moon. I run into circumstances which are less than ideal and they scare me. It's frightening. This little quest that has been undertaken, it seems full of promise and there's real will behind it and there's real desire and passion and purpose. If I find the right job, I'm going to be happy. If I travel across the country and find a wonderful place to live, I will be happy. If I find the right relationship, then nothing can touch me anymore. I'm going to be beyond any negativity and I'm going to find this safe, lovely middle ground and everything's going to be wonderful. Then you actually start to do those things and you run into little problems. Like the first job you interview for, they actually say, no, we don't really want you. It's okay. Keep looking. Good luck on your search. And that's like, oh, that's not how I planned it. Or you start a date and you don't meet anyone you like. Or you travel to a whole different area and you go through the whole process of moving and then you get to the next place and you're like, oh, I'm still me. And people are exactly the same. Nothing's changed. What happened? So the Moon card after the Chariot is kind of interesting because you start the journey of the day with all this optimism and enthusiasm and certainty. And then the world kind of reflects something to you that isn't exactly what you want it to be. And if this card was upright, if the Devil card was this way around, then those circumstances would really have a lot of power over you and you would get a no instead of a yes. The outcome would be negative instead of positive and you wouldn't get what you want because the Devil card is about taking the physical circumstances very seriously and being locked in by them. But the good news is that the Devil card is in reverse. So the physical circumstances have nothing on you. You're not going to be trapped. So whatever it is you want and whatever it is you set out to do, you may have some scary moments or some moments of uncertainty or where things don't make sense or they seem daunting. But because the Devil is in reverse, you don't get stuck in this place. You're able to skate on through these 2 towers and you're able to find another path which is far less scary and you're able to leave all of that behind. So the message really is to keep going and to invest in that youthful kind of confidence that everything is going to go your way and that nothing could even go wrong. So don't let things influence you too much if they seem really unsupportive or they bring up any emotions which are less than ideal, because that's not the final stop on your journey. The final stop on your journey is to, well, first of all, to continue until you get to your happy place, to the outcome that you actually want to get to. And the important thing is not to be influenced by illusions or things that seem to say you cannot, this isn't going to work out, to ignore that and to keep on going until you find what it is you want. So the Chariot card, first of all, we've got this young kind of emperor, prince, very well dressed, He's under this canopy of stars. So it is self-will. He's covered in red, and he's the one who hops on this chariot, right? No one makes him. But once he's on the chariot, it's kind of like asking for guidance from the universe. It's kind of like saying, I'm going to take this trip, but I'm going to pray that I'm going to get safely to my destination. So I will something, I want something in life. I am certain that this is something that's going to make me happy and that interests me. And then once I've decided, I'm going to ask for support. It's kind of like doing something and then apologizing for it afterwards if you weren't allowed to do it, rather than asking for permission first. It's that kind of vibe. So he gets on the chariot. He's got his 2 horses there. And the fact that they're black and white means that he ignores everything else that's going on in his life and he replaces it with his will. So these are the circumstances, good and bad. So the fact that he needs to, I don't know, he has a job in this town already working on the waterways. And then in the evening, he has to deliver some food to his neighbor. All of those circumstances don't matter. He says, I need to go on a trip today, or I need to find a relationship. And that becomes paramount. You can see that the chariot is floating over this whole landscape down there. So his desires become much more important than anything else going on in his life. And the wheels are fired up. So the path ahead seems so clear and so open that the wheels are catching fire because there's almost no choice. I will it, I feel it, therefore I have to pursue it. This is one of the best chariot cards I've seen. I love it. So there's certainly not going to be a lack of desire on your part or a lack of certainty. You will know what it is you want, so don't be afraid to go after it. Particularly with the moon being the next card, it's kind of, it's a reasonable response to the chariot, actually, if you think about it, because not everything in life does go your way. Just because you're certain and fired up about something doesn't mean you're going to get it. So the moon card is a warning or a reminder that things don't always work out. And here we've got this giant lobster arising from the depths like some monster. It can be an emotional monster, so anxiety or major disappointment. Then we've got the wolves howling, and this kind of looks like Anubis from Egyptian mythology. So we seem to have very intimidating forces working against you and almost intimidating you, that you feel you've got no recourse, you've got no defense against these things. These seem like insurmountable obstacles. Then we've got these towers which have been there for hundreds of years, and it's like, oh, well, how am I going to get through this? They know everything, they see everything. Plus the moon in itself, it's almost like the whole world is against me, because even the moon, which is quite far away, is lighting up the sky, and it's shining this light so that my sneaking through this environment is illuminated and that nothing is secret and hidden. So that then puts on the pressure that everything you do is being scrutinized and like under a microscope. And if you make one wrong move, you're going to be found out. And the moon in itself is intuition, and it can also be fear in the tarot. So there may be some fearful emotions floating around if things don't go your way. But the final card says, don't let that stop you, keep going. Things may seem grim and dire, but it's hyperbole. It's too much. It's not really that bad, it just seems that way. Because remember, the moon is a scene this is at night. So everything is going to look much more daunting and intimidating at nighttime under the light of the moon than it would during the daytime. And the Devil card, you can see here, allows you to transcend all of those things with the card being in reverse. You're not going to be turned into something that you're not. You're not going to be misunderstood. You don't need to try and align yourself with these really oppressive forces. You're able to continue on because they are illusory. They don't make sense. They're not real. And you will get your happy outcome. So keep going, even though circumstances may seem challenging or difficult. And today, certain things aren't going to initially go your way. That doesn't mean that they don't go your way at the end of the day or through the end of the process. So don't let a little snag in the road or a little upset or hiccup or difficulty really hold you back. It's not the end of your journey. It's going to have a good outcome. So don't be discouraged. Be encouraged. That's what the cards are saying. Okay, so number-wise, we've got 15 and 7 is 22 and 18 is 40. 4 is security and structure in numerology. So the good news is that if you keep going, you will get to a safe, secure place where you do get the outcome that you want. You've just got to have faith in the process, in your journey. You will eventually get there. So that bodes really well for the day, and all you really need to do is to keep going and to not let yourself be put off by anything that seems daunting or difficult. And to not take no as an answer, to keep going until you get what you want. So I hope you have a great day. If you would like a personal reading with me, please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. On the front page, click on Book Your Reading to audio reading with me. If you like this video, then please give it a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and share the video online. Have a great day, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.